Hey everybody, I'm ZeldaMaster, and in this video I want to discuss an upcoming Zelda-like game that releases this year, and that is Oceanhorn 2, Knights of the Lost Realm, the successor to Oceanhorn 1, Monster of the Uncharted Seas, a game I made a Zelda-like video about a couple years ago, and now we are getting a new installment to the series, Oceanhorn 2, Knights of the Lost Realm, and man am I excited for this one. Now this is by far my most anticipated game of 2019, and the reason for that is because I was a huge fan of the original Oceanhorn. It was by far my favorite Zelda-like game I've ever played. It played a lot like Phantom Hourglass, with the game being a top-down Zelda-like game, having you explore island to island on your ship as you would sail to each island, very similar to literally how Phantom Hourglass was. And now we are getting something far different, as Oceanhorn 2 is a full-on 3D adventure Zelda-like game, and that looks so much more grand and epic. Like, this game looks so exciting, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Now, my hands are gonna be on an iPhone or an iPad when playing it, because this game is gonna come out on iOS devices first. Sadly, I wonder if it's going to be ported later. The original Oceanhorn, I believe, was on iOS devices first and eventually ported to other platforms, and I'm assuming they're going to do the same with Oceanhorn 2. It will come out exclusively on Apple Arcade, but eventually, hopefully, it will be released on everything, maybe even including the Switch. That would be super awesome, but I cannot assure you anything. Overall, I made sure to get an iPhone for this exact reason, as both, Oceanhorn 2 and also even Nintendo games are going to be coming out on iOS consoles first, because I guess, Apple has made a deal with both Nintendo and the people at Cornfox with Oceanhorn. So yeah, sadly we have to deal with the, Mac hardware. And I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of Apple. Like, I literally got an iPhone because I wanted this exclusive feature and be able to get games early and all of that. I don't want to, miss out on any of that. So that's the main reason why I bought it. I had to get it to fit in, which sucks, but whatever. I mean, overall, it is worth buying just to play Oceanhorn. Like, yes, I'm glad I have a iPhone just so I can play the upcoming Oceanhorn that's coming out. Now, yeah, I'm so excited for this. I'm hopefully going to be Let's Playing it on my phone. I don't know how possible that will be, but I can Let's Play the original Oceanhorn as it's on Steam. If you want to try out a Zelda-like game that is more old school in that top-down style, I highly suggest playing the original Oceanhorn. And well, if you're looking for more a Breath of the Wild-like game, I feel like Oceanhorn 2 will be your cup of tea, and I'm more into the 3D adventures. Those are my favorite Zelda games, so yeah, I feel like I'm going to be a huge fan of this 3D Oceanhorn Zelda-like game. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in terms of how hyped I am. Let me know how excited you guys are from just looking at the game, the trailer, everything there is to offer currently. But now let me get into a little information the game has to offer, as, we know nothing necessarily about the game. What is Oceanhorn 2? What does it have to do with Oceanhorn 1? How do the games link up? What is the game going to be like? What's the story like? Well, luckily, the site tells us a good amount of information about that, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Now, Oceanhorn 2 is actually a prequel to Oceanhorn 1, as the game is set 1,000 years before the events of the first chapter. The game's story starts off with the kingdom of Arcadia in danger, as an evil wizard known as Mesmeroth has returned with his dark army, and his conquest seems inevitable. So you, the hero, must return the sacred emblems to their rightful owners, and unite the nations of Gaia to take on Mesmeroth and his dark forces. Sounds similar to how Link is tasked to make his way throughout Hyrule and unite them together to take on Ganon. And throughout the game, you'll be exploring the vast world of Gaia, visiting lush jungles home to the bird people known as the Oris, or traveling to the depths of the waters to visit the home of the aquatic race known as the Gillfolk. So that already reminds me of the Zora and the Rito, which I think is really cool. So that means this game will not only have the humanoid race, but have other races very similar to what Zelda is like. And you won't be traveling throughout the world alone, as you'll be accompanied with 2 companions that will help Hiro throughout his adventure. And yes, the main character is named Hiro. Hiro is of the age of 18, with an unknown origin. He was taught the way of the night by his master, Master Mayfair, a celebrated warrior. He is known to be a seasoned swordsman, with very little that frightens him. Sounds a lot like Link. Hiro's combat style is with a sword and shield, very similar to how Link plays, but also he uses a musket for far range attacks, instead of a bow. And his dream is actually to wield a fabled caster gun someday, a weapon that harnesses the power of magic. And one of his companions, Trin, being the age of 23, she's an accomplished pilot of the Yellowbird, an Arcadian ship that has seen the thick of battle more than once. She's actually tied to royal origins, but she's actually ashamed of that, with her growing up amongst ordinary citizens of White City. She's overall a good-hearted, opinionated young woman with plenty of victories under her belt. She wields a dagger ring, an iconic tri-blade weapon that can be used both in close and long-range combat. Trin is overall a great companion to have, as she is great against flying enemies and is a lifesaver when it comes to remote switches that need to be activated. The next companion is Jen. While Jen's age is unknown, he's actually Master Mayfair's automata comrade and Hero's friend. Yes, Master Mayfair, the one who has taught Hero the way of the night, lets his automata comrade join Hero on his adventure. Jen doesn't shy away from playfully commenting on the situation. Sounds a lot like an annoying companion Link would have. He wears clothes and armor that cover his steel limbs, and his behavior and relationship with the old knight, Master Mayfair, suggests that the two may have experienced a lot of adventures together. Jen's weapon of choice is his mighty battle ore, perfectly fitting for his relentless high damage combat style. So throughout the game, Hero will be partnered up with these two companions to help him throughout the game's puzzles and many scenarios to overcome. And outside of utilizing your companions to solve the many puzzles throughout the game, you'll also be finding Zelda-like items that will help throughout the game, from the grappling hook, which plays similar to the hook shot, or the bombs that you'll be able to detonate from afar. There's so many Zelda-like items that make this game play so much like Zelda. Overall, this game looks very, very promising. I am beyond excited to get my hands on Oceanhorn 2. It is by far the best looking iOS game, and by far the best looking mobile game ever. I can't believe they're putting this much effort into a mobile game, but I believe that's what Cornfox's vision is, to make a grand, very exciting game for mobile. This is something different. No company really goes out of their way to do this. I want Nintendo to do this. It would be awesome for Nintendo to release a Zelda game for mobile, but they never will. Granted, I don't think mobile is the most optimal way to play games. I much prefer consoles, but I'm just saying it is cool to see companies adapt to, mobile games and actually make full-fledged games, not games that are all about microtransactions that don't really have anything and you must connect online to play. I'm not really a fan of those kind of mobile games. I want to play a full-on experience, an adventure, and Oceanhorn 2 is going to give me just that, because Oceanhorn 1 was exactly that. I played Oceanhorn 1 on my phone, beat the whole game, and I had so much fun. It was a really good experience, so I can totally see this game being the exact same thing. Granted, I would much rather have this game on the Switch, or on the PC, or on anything, but we might get it in the future. Thing is, we're uncertain until that time comes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Oceanhorn 2. Are you guys excited for it? What do you think of the original game? What do you want me to do in terms of videos? Do you want me to LP these games, or what? Overall, I want to make more videos on it, and I'm probably going to at least LP Oceanhorn 2. I don't know if I want to revisit the original. It's a lot older, and it doesn't look as exciting. I'll be honest, I'm just so much more excited for Oceanhorn 2, because it looks so much more grand, so much more epic, so much more exciting, so much more to do. Like, they're going all out with this game, and I really commend Cornfox for doing this. Like, I'm so excited, and I'm just so happy that we are getting Zelda-like games. Like, I don't think Nintendo should be the only company releasing these fantasy puzzle-like games. Yeah, they are taking inspiration from Nintendo, but who cares? So many games take inspiration from everything. Think of how many Battle Royale games there are that are huge, and people play it, no one complains, oh, this copied that, this copied that. Who cares? As long as the game is original and has its own inspiration, granted taking inspiration from something else, but still doing its own thing, then yeah, go for it. And Oceanhorn 2 and Oceanhorn 1 are exactly that. Granted, they do have a HUD that looks similar to Zelda, the items, everything is very, very Zelda-esque, but it's still its own original game. It's not blatantly copying Zelda. It has its own story, it has its own lore, it has everything to it. It just takes that, JRPG fashion that we get from, old school games on top of the Zelda-like aesthetic that we have and kind of blends them all together and makes this awesome game that I am just so excited for. So yes, I am more than hyped for Oceanhorn 2. I'm definitely going to be making videos on it. Look forward to that. Let me know what you guys think about it and overall how excited you guys might be for this Zelda-like. And overall, what other Zelda-like me missing out on. I feel like this is by far going to be the best Zelda-like that will ever come out. Oceanhorn 1 was my favorite, so I can only imagine that this one will be so much better. But if there is a Zelda-like that I should totally make a video about, similar to Oceanhorn, please let me know in the comments. I would love to check it out. But I thought I would make this video just to, you know, let those who are fans of Zelda know about this amazing game. Please check it out, support Cornfox, do whatever you can. I'm not sponsored or paid or anything. This is just something I wanted to do, a passion type video, because this game is definitely worth checking out, and that's why I want to bring some light to it for any Zelda fan to consider checking out, because seriously, you might want to, you know, play this game if you're obsessed with Zelda like I am. But anyways, that about does it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, like I said before, and well, hopefully I'll be releasing more Oceanhorn videos as time goes on, maybe when the game comes out, as it comes out in fall of this year, so get ready for that. Anyways, again, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. I've been ZeldaMaster, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!